Hello, people. I think I figured out the chat. Or it figured me out, rather. There we go. Hiya, folks. So, I was recording some practice time, and I thought it's silly to record when you can stream. So here I am streaming. Welcome, one and all. I don't think anybody cares about my setup, but that's wrong, because I made an error. Load, there you go. I turned down the turbo 10% and found that I have a little bit more control. I think it's connected to the throttle. I don't know, but I have this theory that the Logitech pedals are not the best for drifting. I have updated my springs in typical fashion. I found some, but I didn't find one that was long enough. But I found 3 different pieces that were the right size. So the last one is so stiff that it can't be used. So I had to do a software, pull back the software a little bit so that I have full range of motion. It's definitely not ideal. I should look into getting a better spring. I do not believe in buying those specially made springs though, because they're way too expensive to be just a spring. I think you can just go to your local hardware shop and buy a spring. Anyway, so I put down the turbo charge at 10%, 290 from 100, and felt I gained a little control. It might be in my head, who knows. Does the mic? Yes. Mic is with me. Trusty old mic. I tried to introduce lapel mic today, but didn't want to cooperate, so screw that. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to fill this whole drift zone here. Let's go into photo mode. Somebody knows how to lower the sensitivity on the mouse in camera mode? Please tell me, because I can't find out. I had searched settings and I couldn't find anything. So what I'm trying to do is come in with the car here, back wheels as close as possible to this white line, all the way through this corner. And I've practiced a bit, as I said before. I did one session yesterday practicing, and I started a little bit today, but didn't get far before I reprogrammed and thought I'd stream it instead. So I've learned that I initiate too early, kind of like that. That was pretty okay at the end there. I also checked, went into camera mode and put the car like that somewhere. Not like that. That. Nope. Like so. I went into photo mode. Again, it's a pretty handy mode actually. See, oh yeah, that's not good. I need to reposition the car. Does that mean that I screwed up? We'll find out. There maybe. A little further. There. So I did this just to get a feel for the car, you know. Because in my head, for some reason, this car was a 4-door, and it's just a 2-door. So I was way further into this line than I should have been. And there's nothing to hit here either, so I don't have to be afraid of that. But now I have a better feel for where the car is in the drift zone, you know. Again, I feel like I need to start from that corner because it's not realistic to start around here, you know? Oh, it's too much and too slow and too bad at all. In all counts, that was too bad. Come on, dude. Get it together. Sometimes it's like my brain shuts off and it doesn't work anymore. I feel like I'm doing it like I used to do it, but nothing works. Might just be that old nerve thing about being live, you know? Start focusing on the wrong things. Or other things, I should say. It's not wrong. So, practice makes perfect. You have to do it over and over and over. I feel like people never stream stuff like that. Just stream when they're at the top already. Well, that's at least how my movies and videos and shorts and stuff are edited when I just do perform good, you know. Of course, why would I post anything other? But I feel like if I'm gonna practice and I'm here, why not stream it, you know? Share it. Maybe somebody has some good insights that I've missed and stuff like that. And I feel like it's encouraging to see people fail. That sounded more sadistic than I intended it to be. Damn it, see, I initiated way too early that time again. We could just do exactly that, but 2.5 meters further up. That would be great. Out for the pole now. Here you go. Decent, decent. Oh, I flubbed it. Oh, two things about why I have to go back, drive back like this. Is the first is that I have deleted the button box from the Logitech, so I don't have any buttons anymore. And I couldn't manage to... God damn it. I couldn't manage to bind it on the keyboard for some reason. The back to pits thing. Teleport back to pits. So I either have to escape into the menu and then use the mouse and then go to the pits, which is very annoying when you play online. But also, this is not the pits. The pits are over there somewhere. So it wouldn't help if I teleported to the pits at this particular track. Or right, this particular corner, I should say. See, too early again. Way too early. Why do I do it too early? Is it because the rebound forces me? Nothing forces me, I guess, but it encourages me to initiate earlier, maybe. Looking fine to you. Well, you're always looking fine to me, babe. Nice to see you. Ooh, ooh, no. Always too early. I hear some noise. I don't understand what the noise is. Comes on when I go online. Live, I should say. Goes away. Strange. Okay, let's go. Decent. Loved it. Come on. Come into it the right way. Then I get too much angle and get the angle lock. Or steer lock or whatever it's called. And I can't steer anymore. Which means I should have less of an angle to begin with. Right? So. Less angle. Too little angle. Oh. This angle, initiate later. Let's go with that. Left foot braking. So I should go in with less angle. No. And then pour angle on with left foot braking, maybe. Well, I was in the zone a little bit. Better than not at all. Good thing you don't have to pay for digital tires. You can burn out all day. Come on, dude, what are you doing? That sucked. Nothing good about that. It's time to do a comfort lap soon. Comfort laps is when you get sick of doing the same corner over and over and need to do something else for a little bit. So you go around course one time to comfort yourself. Go. Too slow, too little angle, and too far off. Here we go. Comforting myself. Blah. So sloppy. Oh. I wonder if it takes the same amount of time to go all the way around than just instead of turning around as I do. It's not that far. Comfort lap number 2. Pretty good at that zone. Should be a touch and go there, I think, but it isn't. In my opinion, I should say. I don't know if it is in real life at this track. This one seems strange to me. I don't know, man. Maybe. Whoops. Exactly like a Big Mac after a long diet. Or just a Tuesday. A comfort lap through the driving. I like that. Got me thinking about burgers. Here we go. How do I want it to be more. Set it. If I do that, I will spin. Okay. Yes. That was pretty good. Too early. Once again, too early. I wonder. Might have to do with the rebound from the first bend. Makes me do it. What would I do to rectify that problem? Try to extend it out of this corner. Don't know how to do that exactly. Whoops. Meant to do it, I meant to do that. Well, that's not how you do it. Further, there you go. Nope, did not work as intended. There we go. Handbrake. Too far out. Way too far out. And no angle. Supposed to be there. Can I go through here? Yes, I can. Shortcut. Okay, here we go. No, too much, no. They say you shouldn't drive and text and drive rather. I guess it's the same with stream drive and look at chat. Shad the chat. Chat himself. Too slow. It's a lot of things to get right. This little dance. It's all about. It's like a balancing act. To balance the throttle with the steering. Getting the right lines at the right time. Getting it to look good. Which I guess is the whole point of this. It's kind of corny when you think about it. In the grass. So the goal is to have fun mainly, but photo mode, to the sky. Oh, you can't really tell now, but there's white lines starting over here, going all the way around over there. And in competitions, they judge you on how well you fill this zone. So the goal is to have your back wheels as close to this outer white line as possible. That one. So they judge you on how much you fill the zone, the angle, and then they have like 4 or 5 other points like style and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna compete, but at least not for a while, because I suck. But I feel like it's a good way to practice trying to get around the corner, because what I do when I drive free mode, I go tight through the corner instead. I tend to go the inner line around this bend, where when it's sweeping bends like this, it's cooler to go on the outside. So that's why I chose this. Clear enough? It felt like I rambled a little bit. So yes, there's actual drifting competitions. It's called Formula Drift, like Formula 1, but for drifting. The American season just ended a couple of weeks ago. Of course, the Japanese scene is the coolest, like everything else. I thought that was halfway decent. Let's look at that. I thought this might have been halfway decent, so I'll show you. So the point is to get the back wheels as close to this line as possible and fill this whole zone with your car with the back wheels going round here. And I don't think I did that. See, I'm way far off. Did I do it good anytime? No. So if I missed the zone, right? Which means I wouldn't have gotten any points in a real competition. But they scale it as well. It's like one from a scale of 1 to 100 or something. So maybe I had some pity points. Comfort laps and pity points. So sometimes it's an inside. There's two different, in competition, there's two different corners. The first, or one of them is that one that I showed you. Trying to go as far out on the road as possible, and the other one, and that's called drift zones. So you fill the whole zone, but the other ones are called touch and goes, and there's only one at this map, and I don't understand it. But then it's like a touch and go would be just a little point here, so you come around and you touch that and just move on. And those are more often than not in tighter corners like this one. And then you want to be as close as possible to the inner line instead of the outer line. Ooh, halfway decent. Oh, I flopped it. Yes. Yes, you don't want to go over the line. That loses points as well. Over as in out into the grass. I can't say grass without thinking about Neil deGrasse Tyson. He has nothing to do with grass. It's just in his name. Let's do a comfort lap. That was halfway decent. Maybe we should look at that before. It's like you have to think about it, but not think about it at the same time. Exactly, just as many things in life. So that was pretty halfway good. But here's the bumper. Let's see, can I go into... I can do... What is it? F5? Yes. Slow-mo. Back it up. The point is to get this wheel all the way out here without going over. And this angle is not the best. You could go even more with the nose even more into the... How do you explain the angle? I don't know. Yeah. Just do it. Flow, indeed. Flow, indeed. This is actually all about flow. But I think that this gets a little bit philosophical maybe, but I feel like flow, well, it's kind of mystical, just happens, flows through you, hence flow. But I think you have to break it down and do what I'm doing here, practice over and over and over and over again until it becomes part of you. Anyway. So I could position the car a little bit more sideways there. But otherwise it was pretty good. I filled the zone pretty good. I could have been a little bit further out, but it was, as I said, halfway decent. I wish I could lower the sense on this mouse. It's insane. I can't handle this. It's like 750 million spins. The touch of nothing. Decent over here. That was pretty good demonstration of something else actually. Here you see the smoke, and then the smoke stops for a moment there, and then it comes back on. That's because you have to kick out the car with throttle and then let off throttle and come back on it in order to be able to stick with the drift. Lost a lot of angle there. Anyway, enough replays. Doesn't the in-game audio come through? It's supposed to. Let's see. Advanced options. If that maybe. Oh no. Yes, I made it. So I can't tab out of the game because then my wheel freezes, so I have to exit the game, go out and do some settings and go back in. It's an old game. You hear something now? I had a problem when I recorded a long form video for my channel, and then the sound, my voice was too low for people, so I tried to lower the in-game sound, but maybe I did it too much. Faintly, okay. Ooh. If it's only faintly, then I will go like so. So this guy that makes the modding community for this game, first of all, is huge, and it's not just drifting; it's all kinds of racing. But this guy that runs what's called Drifttime he makes Swedish courses. So this is from Kalix, but he also has he also made a one from Sundsvall or Härnösand, I suppose, which I drive sometimes. There is one of Karlstad as well, but I don't think it's the Drifttime guy who made it. How about now? Can you hear it now? I almost went into the woods. Wow. Good. Too slow. If I had more speed there, I think I would have been able to. What? Thinking about other things is not good. Here we go. Too early. Perhaps I should have picked an easier corner to practice. Work my way up, you know. Too early again. I need to see myself fail. That's not... Nope, it's not what I thought. It's not the... I thought that the return from the first corner made me go too early. But it's just me. No excuses. There you go. More angle. Come on. Not very good, but better. All different cars as well. This one is they call it the World Drift Tour. I think they do competitions, but they have a street pack as well. So this is a street car, so there's made specifically for drifting. It's very popular, this street pack, and I drive this car all the time. I imagine that it's good to be consistent with the same car, with the same settings and stuff like that, at least when you're learning. I was at a public server yesterday, and they only allow you to drive. So this car, maybe they have 3 of this car or something like that. And if 3 players already has chosen this car, you cannot choose it. So I had to choose another, and I did horribly bad. I couldn't control the car at all, which is pretty cool because that means that the game actually, it makes a difference what car you drive. So it's a real simulator game. It's not just arcade. But there are stock cars as well, but they're not very good at drifting. I don't think many people drive them at all, actually. No! Too much. Looked at the clock, did not register the time. Looked again, did not register the time, and drove into a pole. That's a net loss. There you go, 8:30. Handbrake. Oh, save it. Handbrake made me get more grip, and I went into the corner. Why did that happen? Is it speed? Yeah. The modders in this game is out of their minds. I mean, the game is from 2014, and I haven't gotten the post-processing filters and stuff to work, but I don't think it looks like an almost 10-year-old game. Except if you look at the trees. The trees are super ugly. Yeah, everything else is pretty cool. And there's tons of tracks. There's one project, I can't remember the name now, which is bad. But they are making there's a famous road in Japan. It's called Wangan, but it's called something else in real life, I can't remember. But these people are making that actual road in the game, and it's now 16 miles, not American miles, but Swedish miles. So 160 kilometers in-game. It's quite insane. Super fun too. And they've made it so that it's AI traffic. I think there's one of California as well. Oh, you can set the time of day, and I'm supposed to be able to choose the weather as well. You have to donate to the guy who made the weather mod, which I did. It worked one time and then it didn't work anymore, so I'll keep donating and see if it solves itself. I can show you since we're off topic anyway, I can show you the Sundsvall map. Or Härnösand. Mittsverigebanan. Okay. And now the time is midnight. Let's do midday. And here's the weathers, you know. All kinds. broken clouds, overcast mist, fog, haze, dust, sand, smoke, all the way down to heavy sleet and hail and snow and stuff. But as I said, I haven't gotten it to work, so... What kind of software do you do these days? I think you were still in school when we saw each other last. Well, throwing money in this case is like $1. So... This is this little thing here, that little one. This is a touch and go. And on this map you're supposed to just pass it with your front tires. Which forces you to flick back over until you come to this drift zone. This map is actually super fun. And I'm very happy that it's in the game. I've never been in real life. They had a team of guys that went drifting here, but something happened and they're not allowed, or they're at least not doing it anymore. So we'll have to do it in sim for a while. Not that I have a drift car in real life, but... Wow, tires. Like maybe the setup for this map was not the best choice. Oh my. It was so bad I reverted back to Swedish. Oh, so you're the one to blame for the electricity bills. Well, our electricity is actually insane because we don't have any central heating. I don't know what to call it. So we use like electrical elements. I know you know what I mean with element, but it's not. That's not what it's called. Can't you just go into the software and just turn down my bill a little bit? Uncle tax or something like that. My room was so cold. I needed to put a electrical heater. It's not a heater. Well, it heats, but it's not a heater. Radiator. That's, yep, radiator. So we have Luftvärmepump, whatever that is. I guess that's AC, because it blows cool air in the summer as well, which is great. But it doesn't heat the whole house, so... There used to be a wood-burning stove in the basement, but it broke way before we bought a house. So we have to rely on the electricity. But we have a little fireplace in the kitchen, and our bedroom is just next to the kitchen, so we use that one to heat, for heat. And in this room it's just good old processing power that heats this room. Man, sweat, and computers. Well, if I have to pay you to lower my bill, that doesn't do me any good, does it? Well, I guess you make some money off it, which for me is better than the electrical companies. But then again, you work for the electrical companies, so I feel like we're at the catch-22 here. Do you know what a toge is? Toge. Spelled like this. If it went true. So, there's a anime series that's called Initial D, which is for many people the spawn of their drifting hobby. And they, although it's not strictly drifting that they're doing, but they race at or through mountains. So either going up the mountain or going down the mountain. And in Japanese, it's obviously not pronounced toge, but in Japanese, that word means mountain pass. So, and this is one that this is actually also a in real life map that they have made into the game. One of the most popular ones online. I can show you. So if you like anime and if you have some sort of small interests in cars, which I don't think you have, check out Initial D. It's still good. I think you'd enjoy it anyway. Some 90s nostalgia. And since this is Japan, in you go on the left. It's left side traffic, left hand traffic. But I don't have any traffic to worry about here, so. Yeah, that's from Initial D, both of those. Yeah, the meme, the drift meme with the white car, that's from Initial D. The music is great. It's all that style all the way through the series. So the Japanese guys and girls actually used to go up to these mountains and race at night, illegal street racing at night. And it became, oh, I'm gonna die. It became a thing. I'm not gonna be able to get out of there. Pets. Maybe I should do that one. No. No. So the series Initial D is actually based on real... Well, it's not... Well... People did actually race the mountains, in the mountains. Then for some reason the drifters started drifting in the mountains as well. It's quite illegal, so I don't know if they do it anymore. I suppose somebody does. Something being illegal has never stopped anybody from doing it. Well, somebody, but not everybody. I tend to do only legal things. Wow, too much. I'm not happy with that. That's my favorite corner, and I always mess it up. Mess it up. Pretty rusty at my English. Yeah, well, perhaps some things that I do are not super legal. I don't have any examples, but I'm sure something must be at least fringe. Well, I guess no, actually, I'm pretty docile. I'm probably thinking of my younger self when I used to be cool. Yeah. And I tell myself that I used to be cool, but I never was cool. It's hip to be square. So you can't see the steering wheel at this angle, but this is a Logitech. It's an entry-level sim rig wheel, and it's not powerful enough to self-steer. In real life, the car would fling the steering wheel itself due to the tires straightening it out. But this one doesn't do that, so you have to flick it. It's not always super easy to time it right. This is another pro of doing stuff online instead of real life. If I did that in real life, I would have to buy a new car and probably be on crutches for a while. Wow. Do better on the uphill, which is too bad because it's the downhill that's the cool hill. Should have lifted up to third. How so? Nigh impossible is, by the way, a great expression that's used way too seldom. Oh, crap. Oh. Well, yeah, for sure. It's gravity, you know. I think that's why I do better on the uphill, because it's not getting away from you as quick. Yeah. That gene skipped over you, the car enthusiast gene. I had a thought about something that I wanted to do. Right. There you go. Shutoko Revival Project. This is probably outdated. I should update it sometime soon. We want to go in that car? Let's go in something else. DLC mod. It's no part of you enjoying driving, you know, just going for a cruise. Well, I guess the car gene is the same as the horse riding gene, or I don't know what they did before that, whale riding maybe. I feel like people who feel like dude, you know, have that dude aura or whatever, always want to have something that moves faster than them to ride on. I don't know what, it seems primordial. Can't pronounce the word, just, if you can't pronounce the word, just slur it, nobody will know. With traffic, this might crash my computer. I made a mistake. I did not want it to be with traffic. So far, so good. So far, so good. Full turbo. Whoops. I always forget, is it this way? Looks like it's this way, I think, I hope. Yes. So it said that it was gonna load traffic, but it didn't, which is good, because I don't think the computer would like that, and streaming as well. But this is the map that I was talking about, so this is the actual highway, whatever it's called. I think it's in Tokyo. I mean, imagine the amount of time. I don't even know how to begin to do something like this. but I don't do code, so. For sure. For me, I don't know if it's the ADHD thing, but for me, movement makes it easier to think. When I was a kid, I used to just go on the bus, you know, and go around and around and around, and listening to music and process. Which I guess doesn't really, it should not work since it's a game, and I don't feel any movement. Although it's something to do with the hands, so maybe. The sense of, you know, a movement, the G-force or whatever it is kind of comforting, like being rocked. It did. Something happened. So I'm not super surprised. It's the first time that happened. I saw something happening, but I thought I'll just ignore it. Wonder what happens if I do this. Oh, this is proper texting and driving. Did it come back now? So, since I'm a poor man, to show. So maybe. Since I'm a poor man, can't drive. There you go. All my streaming equipment and drifting equipment and all that is the cheapest you can find. So I don't have a webcam. I do, however, have this stupid thing. It's a Canon camera, DSLR camera, really good quality and all that. And they released a software that made it possible to use this as a webcam, but it doesn't work for some reason with mine, and I've tried everything. So I resorted to apps. So I use a Android app in order to make my my phone into a webcam. So I guess something glitched out and it froze. You're just full of quotes, aren't you? So I've been living on YouTube, you know, it's been my addiction for a very long time. For a moment there, you could see the amount of hours you had spent watching. I don't remember how many it was, but it was way more than I put into any game or anything else. I always, you know, even if I play games by myself, I always have some lecture on or some guy talking about something or whatever, and it's always YouTube. So last year I did some shorts. No, it was not shorts. I did some compilations rather of me playing Warzone, and it got like 40 views or something like that. So I did it just because it's fun. And when I started drifting, I started collecting some video clips from that as well. And then I just tried making some shorts, YouTube shorts that is. And a few of them got like 2 of them got more than 2,000 views, and I thought, hey, you have to strike while the iron is hot, you know? So I made some more shorts and made a long format video, and actually another long format as well that's coming out on Saturday, which is a react video. Every YouTuber must react, otherwise it doesn't count. So that's why I'm streaming as well. I thought, if anybody wants to watch, they want to watch, and if it grows, you know? I don't know how much of an audience drifting cars has, though. Although there are guys out there with like millions of subscribers, so who knows? Yeah, I was here before Minecraft got big, so... Yeah, reacting is the meta for sure. But I was talking about having cheap stuff. So I bought this steering wheel a couple of years ago. It's a childhood dream, you know, to have a steering wheel for a computer. They were super expensive when I was a kid. So I never got one. They're still pretty expensive, but you know, as a grown-up you have a little bit more funds. And I tried to learn drifting way back then, but I didn't manage, because it's actually quite technical. I'm not super good at it yet, but it's quite technical. So, and I didn't know any of the techniques, so I just spun out all the time. But then I built myself this rig. This is an actual car seat. This is an actual car seat. My father-in-law donated it to me. Hard to discover you get a social media spread. Yeah. Short, which is better. I just feel like I'm here, you know. And since the shorts had some traction and I have a few subscribers, I thought YouTube is less than 0, you know, or more than 0. I mean, I start from more than 0, as opposed to Twitch, where I go from 0. Although I think when you're not, you know, a partner or whatever it's called, when you get paid for doing this, you can stream at both platforms at the same time. I think. I'm not sure though. Isn't Twitch going through some drama though? I haven't kept up, but I heard that a lot of people left and came to YouTube instead. I know like Tim the Tatman and Dr. Disrespect and those people came for different reasons, but they came over to YouTube a couple of years ago. Yeah. As with everything. This car is not supposed to be drifted. Let's see if it can. Wow. It probably can. It's just that I can't. I guess everybody's going through drama. What is life but not a drama? Wasn't that the ancient Greeks? I might misremember, but some big civilizations sometimes thought that it was everything that exists is just a theater for the gods. Whoops. I actually have to shift correctly, otherwise... If I don't use the clutch, the game knows. See, how long have I been driving this? 10 minutes? At whatever this speedometer shows. 65 miles per hour is somewhere north of 100 kilometers, I think. I've just been driving and driving and driving and still nowhere near the end of the map. Which is pretty insane. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening here? This seems a bit unfinished. Yeah, some guys online do this actual track with AI. Or you mean the... Oh, I see. You mean a AI generated track. I thought you mean with traffic. But yeah, it could be. I mean, it's just straights and bends. How hard can it be? So, I've been going for more than an hour. Actually, I aimed at an hour. So, I'm gonna have to wind down here. Wind down. Feel like I lose my ability to speak. Yeah, man. Nice of you to come hang out. Weird place to hang out, eh? But fun nonetheless. I'll catch you on the flip side, man. And everybody else. Bye.